don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. The non-fungible is the living the dream. We're all on the zero, it's our way to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
What up, guys? Good morning. I see you, Edge, brother. Good to see you. Good morning. Choina, what's good, bro? Alex, GM, sir. First one here. You got to drop the first comment. That's standard protocol. You got to do first. Gravity, good morning, bro. It's good to see you here, man. Hey, you've made the last few on time. I'm impressed. Got to say it. Man, had so much freaking fun with you guys yesterday. The 12-hour marathon stream. That was cool. I've never done that before. I will never do it again either. No, I would actually, I loved it. I'm probably not alone with this, but like I'm at my computer all day anyways, right? Are you guys too? Like all day. So in a way, it just felt like doing what I already do and turning on the camera. So yeah, I like those streams. Dude, I watch streamers. I watch, I suck with the names, right? But I watch like Asmongold and Penguins and like those kind of dudes. And I love Star Wars Theory. I love watching those shows with these guys that'll just stream for hours and they'll do like watch parties and like content review, movie review, stuff like that. I love that stuff. One day might get into that kind of thing. For now, NFTs though, right? Freaking Rune Mania, we had the halving. Almost 2 days ago, or a day and a half ago. Runes are here now. Would love to talk about how everybody feels they did. Like, did we underperform, which I do see some people saying? Did they perform just as we thought? Did they overperform? I think some actually did. But we're in an interesting period feeling out, like, kind of how they did, I guess, what kind of ceiling they have, and, like, what's the time frame for that. My opinion is, man, I think we're just getting started with runes. With that said, there's some interesting takes that should have us maybe tempering expectations again, maybe short term. I don't know, but it'll be fun to dive into this stuff together here this morning. It's a damn good point, Gravity. You might have me beat. Watching it, dude. Yeah, maybe watching this for 12 hours is that's a different kind of degen, man. I appreciate you doing it. That's cool as hell. It's fun, dude. Okay, highlight for me has to be getting Stevie in here from Proof. Like, don't know why. You know, there's people out there that you probably, like, you just gravitate to, right? There's some personalities that, you know, influencers, project founders, whatever. And when you see them out there, you're just drawn to them, and you watch them, you listen to what they say. Stevie is that for me, for whatever reason. I could not tell you why. I'm a big art collector. I'm a fan of Proof. I don't own Proof assets. And other than like an Oddities, I do have an Oddities that I grabbed after Yuga Labs acquired them. But I always liked and respected Proof. But I enjoyed watching Stevie on their shows. So cool to get to talk to her for the first time ever. I thought she was cool as hell. Anyway, let's do a little market review. I'm gonna try to keep this to an hour. We're not doing 12 hours today, but an hour's the goal. Maybe Henry will stop by. I'm not sure, but for the most part, was looking forward to just kind of a casual solo stream here. But yeah, let's get to the market. Let's talk a little Bitcoin. Hope you guys know too, I'm no Bitcoin expert. It's fun learning it though. I think a lot of us are learning it in a different way. Before, I think it was a lot of like just when price go up for Bitcoin, and now it's different. Now it's trying to understand a little more of the things that make it move, the technicals, and with the halving here, man, it just yeah, I think when you look at history and how Bitcoin has performed after the halving, there's a lot to be excited for. How do runes impact that? How does that impact runes? There's some great shit to get into here. Rocky, what's up, man? Great to see you, and I think you tuned in yesterday too, and I really appreciate it, man. But great to see you, man, like always. And I love your PFP, by the way. I love it. Yeah, okay. That's a good strategy, I think, because, I think the way it's played out, which I think has been pretty solid, they're not far off from BRC20s at all. Like Udi said, Udi said this weeks ago. I mean, he's like, guys, it's kind of like the same thing repackaged. Runes are BRC20s again. They really are that. They really are that. Also worth noting, though, and, Udi definitely promoting his project, but he says over and over and over, OpCat fixes that. OpCat changes runes. But I wonder, too, when he says that, do they change BRC20s as well? I don't know. I'm just excited to see building on Bitcoin. I think it's awesome. Can't wait for the day where maybe Bitcoin is a little more like Ethereum and like super programmable. And all these cool, intricate systems and platforms we see over on ETH, maybe we see them on Bitcoin. And if so, man, look out. Lot to be excited for. Good morning, Justin. Great to see you, man. Really, really nice seeing you, man. All right, NFT market. Okay, with the focus yesterday on Bitcoin and runes and, fees on Bitcoin, I never looked at the market. I didn't see what was going on anywhere, both value, like we're looking at here, but also like sales volume. Didn't look. And it did what I think a lot of us might have guessed, and it fell off a cliff. We'll get to why. It's really obvious, though, because of fees, but we'll get into that, too. But the market in the past 24 hours has lost about 0.6% of its value. Not crazy, right? And a lot of that is because crypto prices pretty stable. I wasn't expecting that. Again, I didn't know what exactly to expect, but I wasn't expecting stability, and in fact, more like price go up a little bit. So like yesterday, we were hanging around 65,000 Bitcoin, and we're still right there. ETH looked scary initially yesterday. For a bit we were around 29, or if we weren't in the 2000s, we were right at 3,000, and it did not feel like we were going to hold it, but we did. So ETH looking good. Solana looking pretty okay too. Now with Solana, I knew they were like upgrading their chain, right? Implementing some kind of fix for all those failed transactions. That did happen, and I don't know what day that actually happened on. And the point there is, I was surprised that wasn't bigger news. So that fix did go in. I don't know if the meme coin craze, the meme coin mania is kicking off there the way it was, a few weeks back when it was just bonkers, when it was absolutely wild. So I don't know if we've really put it to the test. I hope that happens soon. I hope it happens like this week. Kind of like I would like to see signs of life out there right now. I'm hoping the halving and runes coming here didn't suck the life out of everybody, and it might have. But that could also just be me feeling, the long stream yesterday and the stream the night before, just feeling like, oh, okay, time to take a break. I don't know if that's the rest of everybody out there, or again, if that's just me here. Good morning, DJ and Hulk. Great to see you, sir. It's cool seeing you stop by yesterday too, man. All right, I'm going to tweet this out in a second here. Let me get through a little market stuff. This is what I was saying before, though, about the Bitcoin halving and kind of what we can expect from it. I don't think any of this is new for you guys, right? I think everybody here is pretty dialed in, but this is why there is a lot to look forward to, and it's coming over the next few months. We're not going to really see a reaction to the halving immediately. I think 180 days after is the average where you start seeing maybe the peak. I don't know if this chart makes it, I don't think this chart shows 80 days, or 180 days after. This seems to be quite a bit after, but you can see each note here, each circle is the halvings. And each of them, we saw Bitcoin 2, 3, 4x. So is this time different? Does the ETF inflows impact it? And we've talked about that here, and I think it does. I think it does. I think it gives some padding, just like Blur gives padding to, falling NFT floor prices. I don't believe it drives, I don't think Blur's driven those prices down. I think it kept them afloat. And so I think if we do get a dump here after having, that all we have is extra cushion. So, really curious to see how that plays out. Solana Network up or Solana Network down. The price doesn't give a damn, dude. It's the funniest thing. I have nothing but respect now for these Solana degens because of that. Like, I thought that last outage was like a death sentence for them. I really did. When it happened at first, I'm like, people are done. If you have this fear, if you always have this fear that, there's gains right there, you're sitting on some massive profits and then poof, the thing doesn't work. You start considering where else you should spend your time and money, especially with products like Base out there and Blast, who has nowhere lived up to its potential, and it's going to. I still think Blast is like the dark horse, and that's not even a bold prediction. I think Blast is going to melt faces here. But when you got products like that, like Blast, like Base, and now the option of Bitcoin, I was shocked to see that Solana is just maintained and that people are still giga bullish on it, and I am too because of that. It's pretty awesome, gotta say. But sales volume, this is what really was interesting to me when I finally looked. Again, fell off a cliff. So yesterday, 20.3 million. That's cross-chain sales. It includes Bitcoin. Sellers falling, buyers falling. Transactions up, and I think that's a lot of BRC20s that are trading and probably low-priced BRC20s. Trade profits awful yesterday. Negative 400,000. I'm going to scroll real quick and see. Okay, we were negative a million a few days before that. And then prior to that, I think it had been 2 months since we were negative 7 figures. But, I don't know. Even somebody who looks at the numbers all day in sales and cross-chain sales, it's hard to get a read for this right now. I just think a lot of this is clearly the fees on Bitcoin affecting that ecosystem and then kind of like muddying the waters here. Bitcoin had been the solid number one blockchain by sales volume for days, for weeks, probably longer. In fact, actually, I made a prediction. I wasn't like firm on it, but I'm like, is this the time where Bitcoin has the number one spot and never gives it up again? Like never, because I don't know. It was just something I was wondering because the prices there were getting so wild, and it's more about the adoption. More and more people were coming in. But already Bitcoin's losing some of that steam. And again, it's because of the fees. People just kind of throttling back. And I don't know about your circles, and I know we are all in a lot of the same circles, but people definitely talking about holding off buying till fees come down. And when they do come down, I do think it rips again. I hope so. I think we're all hoping so. But yeah, your general ordinals collection, which is like 30 million, maybe almost 40 million inscriptions, are all in that collection, and 2.5 mil in that. Not a lot considering how many collections are comprised there. The only NFT collection to do over 1 million in sales volume is Degenerate Ape Academy here, and then nothing, just nothing under that. Still with the caveat that Runestones is not included here. We're still crawling. It's such a big collection. There's so much activity, so we're still crawling that on CryptoSlam. But yeah, I mean, NFT sales just absolutely throttling back, and that is normal for weekends too, by the way. But again, to see half the sales volume in a day, you don't see that often. Individual sales, well, I thought we'd see a lot more Bitcoin here, but yeah, top collection is a Bitcoin BRC20 bundle. Pups, who I think are going to slaughter. I still feel like they're the meme coin to beat, along with RSIC, and I see others making that prediction too. That's something we're getting into here, but I think RSIC and Pups are going to be maybe two of your biggest winners here in Runes. Bitcoin Shroom selling for 2.4 Bitcoin. Bunch of crypto punks, which tell you a spidey sense tingling here about a rotation back to NFTs. All those big X copy sales, some other big art sales, some crypto punk sales. Those are usually those early indicators. And while we had been seeing this the past couple of months, it never materialized. We didn't see that rush back to NFTs yet. Maybe this time is different. Maybe we're tapped out. Maybe we're burned out of the meme coin stuff. But I don't know. We need to see. We need to see Solana have another little cycle. Oh, dude, Choina, that is super interesting. Okay. For you Game of Block holders, claims live for Gob is Gob is Gob. That is one of my dark horse like sleepers. Really, dude. So on some of these streams, I've been pointing out their engagement on their tweets is going up, like consistent and up and up. I don't see influencers in that yet, but point they're trying to is actually I was planning to talk about them. I think there might be a little something special in that collection, so I'm not selling mine. I didn't realize the claim was live here, so that's really good to know. Really? Okay, so right now is the Gob token, the Gob rune on like Unisat and on Luminex. Can you trade those now? Assuming so, if there's a claim. But yeah, super freaking interesting. Okay, guys, give me a quick minute to just tweet out the show, tweet out the room, tweet out the whatever we call it. But here's another big art sale yesterday. And we did talk about this live while Jared was on, which is cool, having an art expert on with us. But yeah, the last selfie from X Copy, 277 ETH. Didn't realize this isn't a 1-1. This is an addition of 10. Whew. Man, says a lot about X Copy. It says a lot about how collectors value his art. That is bonkers to me to see an edition of 10 sell for 900 grand. Has Beeple even done that? I'm trying to think of a Beeple edition. And like, what's the highest prices we've maybe seen there? That's crazy. Hey, Yuji. Good morning, sir. Or mem. Yeah, but that's wild. Love it. And again, this is just one of those things that's got me thinking, okay, people buying art, that art on Ethereum. Is it time for PFP soon? I freaking hope so, man. Mempool calming down a bit too. Okay. Again, showing sometimes my lack of knowledge of the Bitcoin ecosystem. What's a normal day of Bitcoin fees? Like what's a good day? Like what's a low price? What's a low sat per VB? Like how much higher are we now than average? Because we were up in the 1-2,000s for high priority, after the halving. That was so much fun to watch, by the way. Like so much freaking fun to watch. Oh, great. Okay, so we're going to peek at that. Because I do want to go on Unisat. I want to look at some of the tokens and see the holder distribution. And I'm still looking for some kind of some platform that shows us the runes by market cap, by holder, by price. I'm looking for that, and I've not found that out there yet. So going to check it out. 20 to 30 is good. Okay. Okay, cool. So we're like 3-4 times higher than normal. Okay. What do we think about Pepe with honkers? We love the name, I'll tell you that. We fucking love that name. It's such a crapshoot now. And so, again, that's mostly what the show is going to be about is, like, how do you pick out these runes and what makes one great? Because right now, okay, when you ask something like that, like, what do we think about it? We don't know anything about any of these for the most part. We might know the teams, and that helps. We might know the holders. Ultimately, that's all we know, and it's rolling the dice here, which is a whole hell of a lot of fun. Awesome. On the 23rd or 25th, when is their Rune Marketplace? Is it the 25th? That's the number I had in my head. I hope it's the 23rd. But dude, that'll be awesome to see that with Magic Eden. I also saw a Magic Eden partnership, which is great with the Runes terminal. So that's like a launch pad for Runes. I bet you they're gonna have great data. So yeah, looking forward to this new Magic Eden marketplace. Great partnership. I wish there was a little more meat to that announcement, but I got the site up here. Yeah, I mean this is their partner, Runes Terminal. Smart. It's good stuff. Building out that infrastructure at Magic Eden. Those guys rock. Okay, best play. Buy Runestone and sell after Snapshot. Maybe. This is tricky, Rocky, because Runestone Snapshot's coming, I think, today. It's today or tonight or tomorrow morning. So also something we need to touch on because you don't have much time to make that kind of play, to make that call with Runestone. I almost feel like you would be selling now. You would already be holding now. I don't think there's a lot of room left in it to run, other than the closer we get to Snapshot, you may get a little FOMO in there. I'm not sure, though. And to be totally honest, I'm considering selling today. I've got 4 of them. I might sell 1 or 2 just to be a little safe there. 23rd. Oh, good shit. Okay. Awesome to hear, SG. Okay. Adopted, what is this? Okay, got it. Okay, so that's the drop. But the snapshot I thought was coming today. I've got the tweet up somewhere here. In fact, let me grab that. Okay, snapshot. Okay, so as of last night when he tweeted this, that was in 27 hours. So, I mean, that's tonight at some point, I believe. When did he tweet this? Yesterday, 3 p.m. So let's just say the blocks were moving at, a steady clip. Tonight, like maybe in 12-ish hours. Okay, so then there's the snapshot. You can absolutely expect. Yeah. Okay, so here, got it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you get 2 more token drops, right? So we got more coming from Runestone, but man, there's absolutely 10 hours from now. Damn. Okay. Expect the dump, just like we saw in Arsic. Like we saw Arsic dump. Not much, actually. Hang on. Remind me. Did we see Arsic dump that much? We can look at the price history. Maybe it didn't dump like I'm thinking. No, it did. Okay, it's right there. It's 0.04. Once that snapshot's taken and you know who's getting the token, who's getting the rune, even with more coming, in the case of R6 Season 2, in the case of Runestone, 2 more tokens. Even with that coming, the price will absolutely dump. So, if you're not going to believe, if you're not a believer in the dog to the moon rune or dog on the moon rune, you've got 10 hours to make a decision and exit your Runestone. And I don't think that's a bad play. You just got to understand Leonidas' goal and his psychology here. Yeah, Choina, I think that's smart, man. I think that's super smart. Yeah, depends on time zones. Yeah, definitely a dump, then bought up, but maybe adopted, maybe not bought up as quickly as we might think, because how far off are these next tokens? We heard one more token later this year, or one more rune later this year. Oh, good shit, Fabian. Okay, I'm gonna pull that up. In fact, if you got a link, if you don't mind dropping. Okay, so we get from Runestone the next rune later this year, and then the next rune after that, after they become the #1 rune in the world. If that doesn't happen, are we not getting the 3rd rune? I'm sure we still will. But point there. I think when the price dumps, and let's just assume it's going to cut in half and maybe more, I don't think it comes back super fast, unless Leonidas actually has some news to drop along with it, which I hope he does. But I also don't think he's shown the foresight to do that. Very nice. And dude, Vert, we got to get a little deeper into Prometheans. I think that is a very, obviously, and I'm biased, but I think that is a very, very special one. And I think 0.073 is probably really cheap for that, for where I see it's going. If you guys want, we can calculate some market caps, because that one right there has got room to fly, like tons of room to fly. Yeah, we don't know when well, hang on. We don't know when. No, you're right. We just know one this year. We know one when one of those tokens goes to #1. So we don't know when. We just know one more this year. Yes, very true too. You know what I hope, actually? Okay, I wasn't thinking of this. This is not some gigabrain take or thought. Okay, but now that the Kongs have an asset over on Bitcoin, they now have some asset that projects can drop to as well. Let's say Quantum Cats, Taproot Wizards, any new project wanted to give the CyberKongs something. Well, it wasn't even in their head before, because CyberKongs had no assets here on Bitcoin. But now having Prometheans, all of a sudden you got something to reward the Kongs. So you can definitely expect Prometheans will be rewarded too going forward, in the same way Runestones are. And I'll tell you what, as far as sentiment, Runestones versus Prometheans, which I hate to do because I love both, but I think sentiment is behind Prometheans in a big, big way, man. So, Adopted, are you saying there's other people dropping runes to Runestone holders? Oh, you're right. I remember now that second rune, right? The tough. We're gonna pull up that list, but I totally forgot that's getting dropped to Runestone holders too. Yeah, I mean, inverted, about 100 million market cap. Very smart. Very, very, very smart. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yep. I think R6 getting it. Runestones. There was one other. Cannot remember, but yeah, it's good to know. It's a good point. Yep. A lot of whitelists, a lot of projects dropping to runestones, absolutely. But it is just interesting now that Prometheans now should be on people's radar. And by people, other projects, other people building and looking for who to airdrop to. Man, Prometheans on that list. So a picture of Prometheans were around back when R6 dropped. Quantum Cats didn't exist back then, so Quantum Cats didn't get R6. Older projects like Honey Badgers and stuff like that, they got it. Puppets, I think, got it. Node Monkeys got it, but Quantum Cats did not. But hey, the next RSIC, the next whatever's the next biggest thing that does a drop, you better believe they're thinking Prometheans now too. So they got a lot to choose from. Okay. One quick moment. I'm going to go ahead and get this tweeted out, and then we'll get deeper into this stuff. We'll look at Unisat. We'll look at some of these runes. Some thoughts from Udi, who shared a lot of thoughts about how this all went. I agree with all his takes for the most part. Okay, uno momento, guys, and please do me a favor and share out the room, and I hate saying it, but like and subscribe, guys. It does help a ton. Channel is growing so fast. It's unbelievable, and thanks to you guys. Thanks to you guys, it's doing some pretty awesome things. Okay, let me get this out. Today, actually streaming in 3 locations. One from my personal X account, one from the Inside NFTs X account, and then one on YouTube. Dude, my brain's so slow from yesterday. It's funny. Seeing how that works out, actually. But yeah, mine, it looks like my individual account's got more people tuned in there. So just kind of doing a little test into the market here. Oh, let me drop that here. That'd probably help. Dude, we fucking love the cats, man. I'm so bullish on Quantum Cats. So bullish on Quantum Cats. And dude, they have flipped all the other big boys. So bullish on Quantum Cats. Song's so great, by the way. Like, man, who wrote this song? Inverted. You know the dude's name? It's such a catchy ass song, man. Love V2 better than V1 by a mile too. And V1 was cool, but this version kills. All right, what is this? 1.42. What is that, sir? Gotcha. Hey, Inverted, what is that? What is 1.42K? Is that how much Bitcoin? Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, dude. I gotta thank Henry for that mostly. Like, dude, it's really cool watching the channel stats. Things started picking up early March. Like March 1st, I noticed a difference, and it's when I started talking runes before the Daily Show. So started ramping up. But dude, like freaking that Daily Show with Henry and Joe just turbocharged it in the last couple weeks here. So been really cool, really cool. Gonna start going out there somehow, some way. I don't know how to do this, dude. I'm new to it, but I'm gonna start looking for sponsors and stuff and test the waters. Would love for this one day to be like the, like a Rug Radio type thing, or like the Nifty Show. I love that. I love those guys. Want to follow that model. Like it's a blast to do, and I think we can put out some great content. And hey, I'll even say, no, I'll keep this to myself. But I'm very ambitious with this thing. I'll just say that. Okay, so Udi. Again, fucking love this guy. But he did say that this was going to be underwhelming. He said people are going to make a lot of money in runes. He definitely said this, right? But he also said it's going to be underwhelming to a degree, and that runes are going to be exactly like BRC20s as far as how you trade them. And so far he's right. The listings look the same. You're buying bundles. The difference, I think, is when you sell them. I don't know if you quite have to split them up the same way. And truthfully, I don't know because I haven't sold any yet. Especially, I like my bags, and I'll show you my bags. We'll get into that stuff too. I'm curious what you guys got into. But I have no desire to sell yet after day one. I think we got some special stuff ahead of us. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Dude, I would be very excited to do a little promo for you. Okay. But still, I agree with Udi's take. I don't think it was underwhelming. I don't think it underperformed. But again, his point about repeat of BRC20s, yes. But don't forget when BRC20s dropped, we had 2 tokens that got a $1 to $1.5 billion market cap in Ordi and Sats. Very much thinking we're going to see that again, especially as Bitcoin price go up. So I don't know, but that's setting the stage here. Now here's our list of runes, and this is sorted by holders right now. Satoshi Nakamoto is that top token. I hope you guys minted it. I hope you didn't mid or right curve this one, right? Like, this was just, to me, a very obvious one. I did mint this, just a few hundred. Really wish I got more, but man, this one seems so obvious. The name, the provenance. I think the number, I want to say 6. The number 6 rune. Just that, the fact that those names can't get reused. I'm like, man, yeah, that just makes sense. Right now, it's got a $100 million market cap. I don't know anything about exchange listings for it, but have every reason to believe that's going to show up on them. Good morning, man. Oh, for real? Interesting, Marty. Curious why, if you're comfortable sharing. Oh, very cool. Hang on. Okay, you got your RSIC Genesis rune is in the rune fungible tokens here? Like they're distributed? Or are you talking the RSIC meta protocol itself? And do you have a booster? Oh, good shit, inverted. Yes. Yeah. You know, again, some of them just scream obvious. I did, dude. Marty, yeah, let's pull it up. We're going to talk a lot about Udi today, to be honest. And I think that post was one of them. A lot of thoughts on Udi, a lot of thoughts on his thoughts, and I love his take. Yeah, but look at this. Our boy Marty was featured in this excellent... Actually, you know what? I can't show this yet, Marty. We're going to spend, like... I'm going to spend a lot of time on that post here. He dropped some wisdom. Parts of that I disagree with, but I absolutely want to dive into that. Good morning, further on. How you doing, brother? It's great to see you. It's great seeing you yesterday. Okay, so you got RSIC, the runes in your wallet, so those are trading now. Okay, hang on. What are they called? RSIC Genesis rune. Let's see any kind of price action. Okay. These are, if I'm looking at the right one, I think it is, but these are 1 cent each. Let's get a bundle of 1 million here for $12,000. Okay. All right, so how do you feel about it right now, Tomoko? Price-wise, your supply, do you feel like you were not comped, but do you feel like it was a fair distribution? Everything out there sounds like it absolutely is, which is awesome. Yeah, very cool. Okay, how has that been? How do we ask this? Are you up? If you held an RSIC meta protocol and you did everything you needed to do, you were mining those runes. Are you up, and how up are you? And you don't have to give specifics, but is the RSIC community happy here? And man, let's get to Udi's take a bit here, because it does involve a lot of RSIC. RSIC is his call for being the top rune, and that I agree with him about. I do. With the understanding that others are going to sneak in there and compete for sure, and Prometheans is that. Runestones, I think, is that, but I'll tell you what, just being totally honest, I'm a little more bullish on Prometheans than I am on Runestones. And again, holder of both, pretty much an equal amount of each. And yeah, you can tell me I'm biased a bit with Henry. I probably am. But I've seen for years how the Kongs execute and the respect people have for him out there. I just think I think Prometheans got a little something special. Oh, very cool, Peter. Now, what if you bought an RSIC, let's say a week or two ago? I would imagine you're not up. Would that be the case? Okay, good morning. Good morning, Loco. Good to see you, bro. Okay, and so yeah, you're up a lot then in RSIC in general, which is fantastic. The meme land or stake land thing, I think is just, you probably can't even quantify how big that is for RSIC. Dude, rune doors are flying. I don't even know why those are a thing. Although people told me about them yesterday morning, and I just wasn't in a place to dive in and check them out. Okay, so if you bought your RSIC a week ago, you are probably not up. Interesting. I almost bought one yesterday or day before. I almost bought one. You know, I knew I wouldn't get this token, right? I knew I wouldn't get that first rune. I didn't think I would, at least, but playing for season 2. And I do want to get one to diversify here a bit. Really, really, really want one, actually. Okay, so Udi here. Zoom in one more. Again, very, very great takes from Udi here. Okay, so some thoughts on runes. Let me go a little bigger here just so you guys can read. You minted at 20, sold at 200. You're talking about the rune door, huh? 20 sats per rune is FUD. Okay. Good shit, guys. All right, check this out. So Udi clearly thinking RSIC or R6 rune coin is going to be the winner, right? It's because at this point you can't get exposure from that other than going through holders, which is awesome. What he doesn't talk about meme land here, but I think that's the biggest factor is getting ETH guys, and especially that community of ETH guys, some whales, some guys with some deep pockets. You're getting them. You're getting them wanting your token. So man, if ETH guys are thinking, what rune do I get into? They go into the one their other ETH buddies are getting into. I think it's a factor. It's a big factor. Okay. Now, so Udi's saying he thinks that the other big pre-runes, Runestones, Prometheans, Pups, Wizards, great candidates for eventual centralized exchange listings. This I disagree with. Not that they're candidates, but that he says it's going to take a long time. Now, it depends what exchanges he's talking about, but if we're talking OKX, I'm pretty sure that Runestones have that locked up already. I think some of these others do too. I think he's wrong about that, and I think we're going to see some of these exchanges specifically on OKX here really soon. So I don't know if I agree with him there. I don't know what that's going to do for the price of these runes, though. So let's use Prometheans if they make it there. 100 million market cap now. What does that turn into when they're on OKX? Does that become a 200-300 million market cap, or is that all it takes to push something to a bill? Very cool. Oh, Quantum Cats, huh? Marty, right? I will keep saying over and over, yeah, I think Node Monkeys are your CryptoPunks of Bitcoin. I do think they're that, and it could be pups, or puppets, excuse me. But I'm not convinced it's not Quantum Cats, and regardless, I see Quantum Cats flipping both of those at various times, and I wouldn't be shocked if they become the one. And it's all down to supply, and it is all down to them building. Man, I have so many more thoughts on Quantum Cats too. I wanted to hold it, but man, they're building a product. And man, when Udi says you don't understand what you're holding with your Quantum Cat, I think there's some utility to it. If he's building these, he's got this Cat VM bridge, right? Fuck it. Let's jump to that. We'll come back to this. I love Quantum Cats so much. I freaking love Udi. I love Quantum Cats. Let me find this tweet. God, there's so much to talk about. I did not format. Like, I plan for a few hours before each show, and it's hard to come with a format today because there's just so much going on, and I am trying to keep it to an hour. So it's a little scattered, but what if? Okay, where's my Udi tweets? Here we go. There we go. Ooh, I sound like Bob Ross, I think, a little when I do that. There we go. Okay. I'm glad you got the Quantum Cat, though, brother. Probably not buying any today, although I'll be watching. I don't know. This is almost the point of the show. And I'll say this. I'm not opposed to streaming for a while today, too, if people want to dive into runes, just explore together, try to find some alpha out there. I'm kind of down for that. Gate IO listing, nice, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, that's huge. Okay, now that to me is going to be maybe one of the biggest, top 5. Okay. Gotcha. Interesting. Cool. Getting through a couple comments here. You think the number 1 rune will be airdropped? Are you talking about the dog to the moon, or are you talking something else entirely that maybe doesn't exist yet? Oh, or you're talking the actual number 1 rune, the one that was inscribed after common goods, right? That one, yes. You're exactly right. Yep. Very cool. Marty, you've been killing it, brother. Like, killing it. Yeah. Yeah, you combine that mystery with the right influencers, the right people, the right part of the community being in, you had a recipe to win right there. And then the meme land stuff, icing on the cake. But yeah, here's Udi, who has been, man, pumping the hell out of Quantum Cats. Love the dude for it. But yeah, things he can't share with us yet. Very bullish on OP Cat and Cat VM, and there's a reason why they choose to work on it all day, every day. Okay, if you're not aware, guys, still what Cat VM is, and I'm starting to wrap my head around it by wrapping my head around BitVM. But basically, it's a bridge that lets you, build off-chain platforms, but then bring some of that data on-chain. So in a way, functions like an L2, an off-chain L2, kinda. But you could build a DEX. You can do all this trading off-chain and not have to worry about those fees, and you bring it all back on-chain through Cat VM. One example. There's a ton of examples of how you can get that, how you make Cat VM work. Now, I'm wondering what if Quantum Cats are some kind of, like an asset you have to hold to tap into Cat VM? You know what I mean? Like it's a node or it's a something. It's an access thing. So if you're building a platform, okay, great. Use Cat VM. You have to hold a Quantum Cat. I think there's more to these Quantum Cats than just a cool JPEG that represents a movement, that represents a push towards upgrading the blockchain. I'm starting to wonder if they're actually a utility token. So I'm leaning that way right now, and I'm giga bullish on these. Giga bullish. And then you combine that with, okay, how many things has Udi been right about? And Udi now for months has been talking about these ancient Bitcoin whales, and you guys don't understand the money they're going to throw at these ordinals. And I bought into that day one. I do understand those guys. Not being one myself, not hanging around with those guys, but someone who has lived on the internet. My 12-hour live stream yesterday, this might sound just absolutely ridiculous, but that's kind of my life for the past 20 years. I've more than that. Since I was a teen, I live online. I live in communities. Always. I understand those type of people. I do. They're gonna spend those big Bitcoin on those premium collections. They're going to. So I still think Quantum Cats is a not 2 Bitcoin floor, which he said semi-desirable collections like Doodles was the comp. He said those will have an average of a 2 Bitcoin floor. Quantum Cats are not that. Quantum Cats are going to be top tier, most desirable, along with Node Monkeys and probably Puppets, right? I think those have a 3, 4, 5 Bitcoin floor. I think we are due. Man, Marty, I know you're holding one. Anyone else here holding a Quantum Cat? I think we are holding something very, very special here. That's awesome. He will not give you a wizard whitelist for that, my friend. Get your ass in that Discord with me, though. Let's start hanging and being vocal and grinding some quests. I'll say this. If you want a Taproot Wizard, you can get one. It's still doors wide open. They're going to reward the people who have been in the community. If you've been putting in efforts and time helping people, participating in the quest, you'll get a wizard. I don't think they'll be that hard for those who are engaged. Buxton, thank you, man. Again, it was a blast. I feel bad that I didn't get to anything I said I was going to get to. I did one giveaway, which was not enough. I want to do some gaming with you guys too, like just that kind of stuff. Maybe it's a good thing that we didn't need it. Like we were taught, we had great conversations throughout. Again, the great guests, so we didn't need any of that stuff. That was all backup options. Runers by BVM. Little Steps. Where are you looking for that? Where do you see that? I'd love to look at that. That's a beautiful way to put it. Appreciate you, Loco. Dude, I'll get a wizard. Yeah, I like to like manifest things. If I get something in my head and I'm like, it's gonna happen. There's no other alternative. I will end up with a wizard, but keep in mind, it's gonna cost probably half a Bitcoin to mint. Those are not gonna be cheap. Quantum Cats were 0.1. Wizards are an even smaller collection. Maybe they'll be a quarter Bitcoin, but they're gonna be very expensive. People's thoughts on node monkeys lately. Yeah, quiet, low price action. I think people, okay, I think we're going to see a cycle right back into these ordinals. People just were freeing up liquidity. Okay, couple thoughts. People freeing up liquidity to get into these runes. And also the holder count in node monkeys was not great. You basically had every holder holding two nodes. So a lot of people taking some profits there that bought early, getting into some runes, and I think you're going to see people getting right back into these collections here. But Quantum Cat's not suffering for it. I mean, their first time over 0.5, I believe. Crazy to think, dude, if you minted a Quantum Cat at 0.1, you've got yourself 0.4 Bitcoin here free. And again, no desire to sell it. None from me, just knowing where they're going to go. But yeah, let's look at the Node Monkeys holder count here. Yeah, it basically hasn't changed. 4,800 holders, 10K supply. Puppet's holder count is so much better than that. I want to say there's between 6,000 and 7,000. Oops. Yeah, 6,600. That does hurt the node monkeys, though. They're definitely looked at like something you can toss away for some liquidity when you need it. Oh, I got you. That was Magic Eden. Okay. Dude, yes. One of my biggest regrets from last year was not doing that wizard quest. Like, man, should have done it. Hang on here. Runners by BVM flipped runestones in volume. I have missed that entirely. I got to see this. Justin, I would love to do that. I got a lot to think about with this stuff. I got to think about how to do it, dude, because I want to. I want to do all that, and I want to make sure I have enough time to do all that. And I'm really passionate about it. I would love nothing more than just kind of do this. And like, I like the teaching aspect. I like bringing new people into the space. And there have been a lot of people new to Bitcoin, runes, ordinals, new to this space in general. A lot of new people have found out or have found this channel on YouTube, and they're watching this stuff to learn. I would love to keep helping them. It's the spirit of the non-fungible idiots, man. It's what we were formed for. And this feels like a natural extension of it. It feels like what I always wanted it to be. And like I used to work, like manage the help desk before, like IT support. And so that was what I did before, 16 years, just teaching people technical things. Oh, that's awesome, man. Okay. Quantum Cats. Yeah, dude, they're number 6. They're half a Bitcoin right now. Very expensive. And they should pull back. They should, but man, with Udi being Udi, you never know. Good morning, my friend. You know what's funny, dude? Biggie, when I see your name, C.SP, I never think Biggie. I don't know why, but it's starting to get there. But good morning, dude, and what a fucking awesome time streaming with you yesterday, man. You're a warrior. What are you talking about, China? What image? Like my background? Oh, dude. I didn't realize it was one holder fucking up that ratio, man. Dude, no joke. If I could do this as my main thing, I would do that every single day. You got to figure out a way to monetize that to make that work, but I would do this every day. What happens first? Q buys an Ordinal or Cardano NFT. Dude, that man fades Ordinals. I don't know what the deal is. It's expensive, and I know he's feeling like he just missed the boat. I just can't get through to him that he has not missed it. It is still early. Good morning, Sly. Great to see you, man. Dude, are you really? I woke up not feeling like I normally do, like sharp in myself. I don't remember that. Was that yesterday? When was that? What are we talking? Dude, am I still high? Anyway. Oh, I got you. Okay. I'm a dumbass, dude. Okay. Oh, so what runes did you guys get into yesterday? We'll get into the ones that have already been mentioned. But what other runes are not on people's radar? I'm going to drop a few that I'm looking at that I think are sleeper hits. I do want to play around again, market cap with Prometheans. I think big opportunity there. Oh, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. I know what you're talking about. That was the Quantum Cats thing. That's what that was. Pretty sure. Okay, it was this, right? Nice. Nice Sentry. Okay. The ticker is Elsa. Dude, I hear very bullish stuff about that. What do we think of I don't know. Dude, I don't know what I think he's going to drop Rune to holders of that. So I got a couple, maybe like one of those airdropped, I assume, because I own some FAR pieces. But I didn't mint any, man. I don't know. But you don't fade FAR, so it's probably going to be a really big play. Dude, that's so cool, isn't it? I just noticed that in here. That is so cool. Yep. I wish I knew Guru. Okay, who was it that said they had it? Buxton. Buxton, what do you know about the ticker is Elsa? Let's find it here too. Yeah, I really need to get on that site that's got some metrics for these. But yeah, right now these are what? 1 cent per sat. I believe people who minted these are up. I think that's the case. Maybe that's like a very easy take. Ooh. Yeah, that's a really good point. There had to have been some 420 runes. Oh, dude, very smart. Yeah, it's a very natural thing if you worked in support. Same thing, you're like programmed to do this kind of thing. Yep. Now that is Udi's take. I guess that brings us back to what Udi was saying. It's absolutely that, Marty, and I agree. Okay. So what's the play right now? Yeah, let's get again. This is a really meaty thread here. Really great stuff from him. So again, saying that he doesn't think those centralized exchange listings are coming soon. Again, I think he's wrong there. And he even says here he might be mid curving. He is. I also think he's right that some of the hype's going to die down, and we're going to see a pullback on those rune facing ordinals. But yeah, the people who already wanted them to get the runes, they already did. So the buy pressure is going to it's going to fade. It makes sense. And at this point, it's this risk of execution with the teams, right? Like it is migrating from the ordinal to the rune. It's going to be a process. It's going to be a learning curve, and they are so much harder. It's this part in particular. They are so much harder to trade than just trading the ordinal. It's such a huge difference. Again, not the most user friendly ecosystem. We saw, excuse me, guys. We saw Nate Alex get wrecked. Lost like $5,000 in fees on something. Wrecked in the Bitcoin maxis. Bunch of assholes, by the way, but they ate him up. Sucks to see, dude. The Bitcoin dudes who Udi goes to war against, they're not nice dudes. Dude, they're super mean, super aggressive, like just shitty dudes. Hey, good morning, sir. Okay. Okay, good stuff. Oh wow, yeah, okay. Seeing stuff like that makes me realize there were some big plays that were missed. Beautiful part is there's a lot more coming, especially when fees settle down. A lot more coming, which is awesome. So don't anybody think you've missed out yet. It is literally, I mean, we're just day one, really, day two at this point. Yes, okay, that one was some alpha there. Casey tweeted that one out. In fact, it still may be early right now, but yeah, Casey tweeted that out. That thing minted out in an instant. Absolutely bonkers. Okay. Good stuff. Okay, hang on. Okay, so Udi's eggs are in the rune coin basket, and he makes a great point here that if it's strong, when it performs well, it's going to bring the rest of the guys up with it. Makes perfect sense. When you get a rune that shows what kind of potential is out there, well, then people look for, what's the next opportunity? They'll feel like they missed rune coin, so what's the next? And next, yeah, definitely Dog on the Moon, Prometheans, Satoshi Nakamoto, this Elsa token, all these. I even like the, what is it? Bitcoin drug money. I love that one. Those will all come up if RuneCoin does well, and I believe RuneCoin's going to do fantastically. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm not tempted to sell anything right now. None of it. None of it. Even though I'm in profits on some, like the Satoshi token, not selling. I don't think it makes sense yet for like a quick, maybe 2x. I think there's a 2x there for me, but I don't see it stopping there. At most we have a couple tokens with 100 mil market cap. When we start getting to a bill, maybe we start talking different, but we're a 10x away from that. Interesting. I like the ticker. There is no second best. And it pre-minted. Yeah. It's hard. Now, do you guys buy runes? Do you degen into it just based on the name? What are the other factors you're looking for? Holder count, right? Are you looking on X? Are you looking to see what other people are talking about it? Who the team is behind it? That kind of stuff? Or do you just see name and you go right in? Nice. It's awesome. I shit you not. I love that the Cyberkong's decentralized rune. It's got the lightning bolt. I love it, and I'm going to call this at some point. This will just be. I'm going to have a couple hats. Maybe like one color hat is going to be my Crypto Slam one, but my other one's going to be the decentralized hat. I love that they went with a lightning bolt. Love it. I just bought like 8 more of these hats too. Yeah, that one's great, isn't it? Like, great. Oh, which one are you saying did not mint out? Are you talking Wenko Manko? Because if so, I might be getting things crossed. I'm thinking of the Casey one. All right. Let me see. He had a couple other points I just want to make sure we touch on, but I'm going to move on from this here. Okay, be patient. Yeah. Many of the first 100. Okay, this part is interesting. Many of the first 100 runes, most all of their supply is pre-minted. Okay, so that signals that those teams, and he's talking Prometheans and Runestone, that they're prepping for airdrops. Yes. As the days go by, hundreds of thousands of new runes are etched. The first 100, they're going to find it easy to grab attention. Because right at that point, so much noise out there. Runes are a dime a dozen. But the early ones are not. There's only a select handful of top 10 runes, top 50 runes, whatever the cutoff there is. And each of them is going to make a splash when they actually go and do their airdrops. So that's going to get exciting. That is going to kick us into a different gear, I think, for a little bit. Combine that with the exchange listings, which again they're coming. That's the recipe right there. I wish I knew the time frame. It's so new, but I wish I knew the time frame. Like, are we looking like a month? Are we thinking like 3 months out? Are we talking just a week or two out? So a lot to be looking and feeling out. But Udi, this ultimately is his take that the alpha really is holding the blue chip JPEGs. It is holding the quantum cats, the node monkeys, the OMBs, the puppets. Because like we talked about very early on, it's the airdrops you get from holding them. All the airdrops, all the RSIC, Runestone, Prometheans, the only way you got those for the most part was holding one of these guys. And of course, some other collections, but that is what makes these so valuable. And will continue to do so. So, okay, now also going back to the start, well, now there's this other class of asset out there that can also be a benefit from these drops, like Runestone, like we talked about. A lot of people dropping things to holders of that. And like I said, I think Prometheans are in that conversation now too. So does that actually give these guys here, those four, competition? You know, new projects coming in. They're not just dropping to these guys, they're dropping to the others who have wide distribution. And so that might be the case. I can tell you, as someone working on like an NFT collection now, like you want wide distribution. I'm probably looking for a community that has 10, 20, 30, 40,000 holders and give it to a portion because they're going to talk in their community. They're going to get the rest of the community interested in it. If you drop to Quantum Cats, there's 3,300 at most. So much, much smaller community. But all that said, yes, these grails, and these are the grails, those grails on Bitcoin, I think they clearly pay for themselves. They clearly pay for themselves. So that's the play. That is the alpha. It's probably safer than playing the Rune game. Probably. Yeah, good to see you, English. Yeah, man. Hope you got some. I love to eat ass is like the fucking funniest one yet. Give me one that's funnier than that. Give me a better ticker than I love to eat ass. I think that's the one. And yeah, dude, English and I are on the very same page here. I think English, did you mint those? I was minting those live here on the halving stream. It just that again, there's like an instinct that comes with some of this stuff. That was an obvious one. I see it. I see the number. I'm like, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm with you. Yes, it takes more than a funny name because there's so many funny names. It does take culture. It does take a community at some point. So 2 runestones, struggling to decide if you should sell one, get into the Prometheans. I think Prometheans, as high as they are now, I see them 2x from here. I really do. Not financial advice, but I really do. I don't know if I see Rune. Well, I'll say this. I see runestones getting cut in half here. Runestones with their drop coming today, snapshot taken, whatever. Runestones are going to drop to 0.03 today, 0.04. I feel very, very confident about that. Now, with that said, you're going to get your runes. So does that offset? I'm not sure. If you want to say that if you want to say that Runestone's got the provenance, they got that early etched, rune, number 5 or 6, I think. Prometheans beat them. Prometheans are earlier. So to me, Prometheans checks just about every bag that Runestones checks, other than holder count. And in the case of a fungible token, the bigger the holder count, the better it is, actually. So that is something, that is an edge for Runestone for sure. That one's fantastic, man. Yep. Interesting. Any reason why? Any reason why smarter to hold a runestone? So far for the ordinals that have led to a rune, is it EV plus on the rune side right now? So that is RSIC. I don't know which others have actually distributed their runes yet, but have all those been profitable? And we could look at RSIC. Maybe RSIC is the great example, and that for sure was. But what about the other ones? Oh, okay. Question. Think it's smarter to hold a runestone or have the... So there's the dilemma. Sell a runestone right now for 0.076, save it, and put it 100% of that into the rune when it drops, right? I mean, it's like, what is the price of that rune out of the gate? It's so tricky, man. I don't have an answer. I wish I did. Again, I got to find some other collections that did drop the rune and how it came, how it's performing out of the gate. And okay, somebody mentioned a platform that is showing all this stuff. That was OKX, right? I think it was OKX. OKX. Let me get on their site. Oh, this is fucking beautiful. Okay. All right. This is exactly what we needed. Holy cow. Dude, RSIC already the market cap 240 mil. Wow. It hits different seeing it like this, doesn't it? This makes it feel very real, very much like we're playing in meme coins, huh? This is OKX. Let me drop the link here. This is fucking awesome. I love Bitcoin drug money. Love. Market cap just 157,000. This one feels right. Like this one feels like a good one. And I don't know what number it is as far as like what etching number, what order it came in. I think you do, Loco. I do think you need to KYC, I think. And I know if you're in the States, you can't. I'm pretty sure in the States you can't trade on here. For what, Buxton? I don't have anything. I don't have any links that people should visit. I've got my I got my YouTube and I got my X account. You know what I actually have? You guys want to see this? I actually registered the NFTLDR domain, and I don't know what I want to do with it. Eventually, I'd like to get into advising and all kinds of stuff, but I do have this kind of as a placeholder. Oh, dude, okay, I'll tell you this. At one point, let me put it on the screen. At one point, I made this, and I was active all day long. I made it like the Drudge Report of crypto, of blockchain. So all day long, I would update headlines, top drops, top Twitter conversations, and so it was 3 columns. So yeah, always top headlines, and again, throughout the day, updating that, top drops, always updating, and like hot Twitter, X posts. It was really fucking cool. The time that goes into that, it was like literally all day long, but man, someone would make a killing, I think, just like aggregating headlines about, Web3 stuff. In fact, I think Mark Cuban is doing that now. He's got some product or page that's doing exactly that. Yeah, inverted. I wish I knew how. Totally would. Marty, that's my problem with him. I like the dude, but that word grifter being thrown around with him, it's not wrong. It's crypto skulls, and I feel like there was something else too. Was he ever V1 Punk stuff? But, he got that reputation for a reason. Oh, cool shit. Yeah, see, it's one of those things I'll have to put my head down and focus on. It would work. I know it would work. If I could put together that site that curates the headlines and then has my videos on it or something and, start putting a newsletter on there, daily or a weekly newsletter, I think that could work. I think so. I just want to be able to sustain myself here at some point. That'd be cool. Decentralized. Dude, okay. Again, I know this has been super scattered. I apologize. But I do want to get deeper a little bit into... God, I wanted to talk about the Satoshi token. Let me touch on that too, at the very least, because I put it in my my thumbnail. But that Satoshi token, it feels like the one. It really does. It really, or one of the ones. And you tell me if this is bullish, bearish, or a non-factor here. But the guy who inscribed that or etched that has got 3 other tokens in the top 15. Just tells me there was some effort put in, right? Some effort, some thoughts, maybe even a plan, maybe even a broader plan. But okay, they're all in the top 11. So Satoshi Nakamoto, number 6. The Rune Hammer, number 10. Cat on Skateboard, number 11. 3 runes from this guy, whoever it is. There's something here, man. There's something here. I hold this one. Not a lot, like 700. But I'm buying into this, whoever this is. Again, they got something going on. English, you talking this here? Here. What are we feeling the big dick energy on? Is that on Satoshi Nakamoto or is that on Prometheans? All right. I take it it's this, yeah. Yeah, okay. Good shit, guys. Yeah, I'm with you. And actually, I think I'm still a buyer of it. I think I am, even at these prices right now. Because I don't think it's I don't think we've seen liftoff yet. But also, that means I'm keeping my eye on his other two tokens. Like I am. I really, really am. Because if he makes this one a success, is he gonna okay, think of this. I didn't consider this at all. Hang on. I didn't consider this at all. Where the fuck is this? Satoshi. What the hell is wrong? There we go. Okay. $6, almost $7. Okay. What if this dude airdrops those next two? Right? If he pre-mines them, what is he going to do? He's not going to sell these, right? He's not going to sell the Rune Hammer or Cat on Skateboard, right? Is it possible he's going to airdrop both of these tokens to the Satoshi Nakamoto holders? I had not considered that at all, but why not? Like, why not? Nice. Promethean's going to be fucking crazy. Just absolutely crazy, man. Okay, thoughts though on this. Thoughts though on these next two tokens from the same dude being airdropped to the Satoshi Nakamoto holders. What is that, Marty? What is their only one? Which one is it? Yep. Man, so many comments today. Love it, guys. Dog to the moon feels forced, but on purpose. English brought this up yesterday during our stream. It is on purpose. Not trying to go for a clever meme. Think of this. It's completely mid-curve because he's trying to go for normies. It is not to appeal to us. It's not to appeal to degens. It's not to appeal to memers. It's to appeal to normies who don't really do meme coins. The guys who like trade Sheeb and Doge. That's who Dog to the Moon or Dog on the Moon. That's who that is tailored to. And that could work. It really could. It's dorky, but it works. Like Doge, you know what? I'll say this. Doge at its time was not dorky. It was like, that was funny. That was like peak memeable. Now it's like in Doge. It's not that clever. Dog to the Moon. Same idea though. It is safe. It's super mid, just everything mid, but it's supposed to have that mass appeal, and it just might work. Although it's so mid. It's so mid, maybe it backfires, right? Steven, good to see you live, man. Yeah, Pops Wizards, Dog to the Moon. Yeah, I mean, this is really why I'm considering selling the Runestones right now. It's man, really interesting. But again, a lot of that, the steam they've lost is just because fees. Like I showed this just a little bit ago, but sales yesterday, I mean, fell tremendously, like basically in half. And Bitcoin lost its spot as top blockchain by a lot. I mean, it was basically outselling ETH, Solana, Polygon, like the top 5 combined. But fees are so high, everybody's just pulled back. So Fees settle down. I think this stuff's ready and primed to rip. Okay, this is good. If Prometheans airdrops the entire 21 billion, that would 1 mil per Promethean. Yeah. I see that. Yep. And honestly, these $1 million market caps I think is nothing, because I think we're going to see 500 mil to a bill very soon on some of them. Could be. Yeah, Rocky it could be. You know, the thing that makes it tricky all around, and I have not crunched numbers on runestones, but again, oh, well, actually, this fits in right here. I've not crunched numbers, but we did get a little details. Okay. All right, we got this. Leonidas tells centralized exchanges that you need to pay holders if you're going to list if you're going to list runestones or the Dog to the Moon runes on your exchange. You got to buy them from people. Okay, now if they do, this is in play. But it works the other way around. You know, like if this is going to happen, it requires those exchanges buying these from us. What if they just say no? There's plenty of other options and like other teams who are giving us a supply. You know, maybe at a discount rate or something. However that works. Should we just assume that they've got this shit locked up with exchanges? Yeah, Steven, it is. And still, I wonder if that's because the fees, but also we've not seen one explode yet. And kind of like Udi said earlier, we referenced his tweet earlier, that demand comes when people see Runecoin explode, and Runecoin's going to explode. That one, again, feels like the one. And so when that booms, all of a sudden, everyone's missed it. Now they're looking for what else to get into, what else to FOMO into, and we're going to have that. We're going to get that FOMO in a bunch of these tokens. That's it, right, English? So there's a chance that these exchanges say whatever. Although OKX is teased over and over and over and over, the Runestone, like they literally tweet out these pictures, these memes of like Thanos with runestones. They said we'll do it ourselves. So I feel like Leonidas has got that lined up. I certainly hope so, man. Because if not, maybe runestones are fucked or Dog to the Moon. I don't think so. I think that's going to work out nicely. But I'm not going to be shocked to see Prometheans do better. I'm not shocked at all that Runecoin's going to do better. No, like none of that's surprising. I don't think Rune or Dog to the Moon is I don't think it's going to be the top coin. In the short term, for sure. Long term, yeah, like everything changes long term, but some of these look super, super appealing. And again, especially Satoshi Nakamoto. Cool narrative. I think this is the one. These top two here are the top two. It's great to think too, even for Satoshi Nakamoto. I mean, again, you look at what can be done by seeing who's done it. So Satoshi Nakamoto's got almost a 2x in it to reach RSIC levels. So very, very possible. So that's true. Inverted, they could, just like Memeland bought 21 R6. It could be some of these big pumps we saw over the past couple weeks were OKX. What we have to find out with Binance is Binance said they're not supporting Bitcoin anymore. So ordinals, but I don't know if that means BRC20s and also runes. Now, my buddy Johan said it doesn't mean runes. They're still, or excuse me, didn't mean BRC20s, that they'd still be supporting that. But I didn't see that. In fact, it's probably worth looking at because Binance listing is super important. Okay, if they just said ordinals, then that's cool. As long as they're doing BRC20 still, it gives me hope they'll do runes here. Just want to see if we get a very, very direct answer in here. Okay, just NFTs. Okay. All right, so Rune's in play. That's cool. Yep. Yeah, there's maybe struggling a bit. I wonder if BRC 22.0 is going to like kick them back into gear, but I don't understand enough of it yet, the tech. Not at all, dude, like not even a little. Yeah, it's funny, not even a little. Um tokens like Pepe, the devs held back a huge chunk. It doesn't matter, I think, when something has as strong a narrative as Satoshi Nakamoto does. I don't think that 20% held back is going to factor in at all. And we don't know that he's not going to do something with it, like redistribute it, maybe give it to an exchange, right? Like there's all kinds of things. I don't think we assume that he's going to dump it on us. And if he does, maybe he does it at the right time where it can be absorbed, because I do think this is going to catch. I do think this will be a hot one. And again, I'm back to, are these two going to be dropped to holders of Satoshi Nakamoto? And goddamn, just talking about it starts getting me wanting to FOMO into it. Like, I want more. Yeah, what is Rune Doors, guys? Like, to me, that just came out of nowhere yesterday on my radar, and like I don't know what it's. Well, why don't we do it together? Why don't we look? Okay, this is Rune Doors. Lobo the Wolf Pup is so cool. Oh, and that's number 9? Oh, that's so fucking cool. Somebody mentioned this yesterday, and maybe it didn't register, but that is so cool. Oh, so does that token come from the Rune Door? And is there still a chance to get in? Okay. So yeah, looking at this. Okay, there's our Kong's Rune. This is the one that runestone holders are going to get airdrop. Same with Arsic. Here's our sweet baby Satoshi Nakamoto. This one right here. Is this the one that if you hold a Rune Door, you get this token? Yes, okay. And now, did they snapshot that yet, Steven? Damn it, Marty. That's so cool. Rune Door is going to boost the amount of wolf you get with the next runestone airdrop. Are we being very like actual runestone, or are we still talking Rune Door leads to this? That's it. But that's interesting. And then again, Rune Hammer somehow tied to this. Really spicy, guys. Really, I would love it. I would love if we're getting some Rune Hammers. God damn, I'm so tempted to buy some more Satoshi. Yeah, dude, I ignored them. I was like, oh, that's cool. I missed. Whatever. Runestone holders get the wolf token airdropped. Wow. Okay, so you get it airdropped. You get some kind of multiplier if you have the door. I might grab a door. I just might do that. Damn, guys. I'm going to go broke after today's show. Jeez. Unreal. Okay, English, I would love to get your thoughts on this one here. And really anybody else, because a lot of us have this, the Gob one. So that's about to get dropped. And somebody said earlier, I think you can actually go and start claiming it. But what I noticed with this, not really deep thoughts about it. It's more like I just see their engagement going up, and it's organic engagement. It's not botted stuff. But their tweets are starting to get a pretty good amount of attention here. So yeah, here it is. I think this is where you can actually claim. Yeah, so claim is live today. They're going to airdrop the remaining supply. Interesting. Oh, this is cool. So if you wait, you'll get it airdropped. But if you are itching for your runes, you can just run out and go claim. But again, I just see the activity, the views, the likes, the engagement ramping up with these guys. And so For that reason alone, I am not selling them yet. I think they just have higher to go potentially, and I'm not seeing the influencers even talking about this yet. If and when they do, man, that's what takes this next level. So keep your eye on Gob. I really, really think that is something to be watching. Yeah, that's cool, Christian. Yeah. Good to know, Marty. Good. Maybe I'll accumulate now. Yeah, they were free and they were dirt cheap on secondary and probably still are. And for whatever reason, I got a feeling about them. Maybe this is it. The best memes are the ones that are just naturally funny. They're not forced. Gob didn't feel forced at all. It didn't. It felt fun. It was fun. It was free. And I didn't know it was going to lead to a rune at the start, at the beginning. I had no idea. So just a nice little surprise here. Would love to see if the influencers get in. That changes it all. That all of a sudden makes Gabi a rune to watch. So definitely watching. Gotcha. Okay. Hey, what's up, Trader Forex? What do you think the rune punks? What do you think rune punks? I don't know if I know rune punks. Ooh, so it's so tricky, dude. It's so tricky. I mean, if we're talking what runes to grab, I'm gonna say that Satoshi token. I think that thing's got a 2, 3, 4x in it. I really do. And at least at $500, you can you can get some with that. Yeah, if they're what I'm thinking they are, then yeah, I don't feel very good about those rune punks. Yeah. Yes, stick around, ask questions, dude. I mean, to be honest, we're learning a lot of this together, so it's hard to give direct answers. It's a lot of guessing, like with some informed guesses, but it's a lot of guessing. There's a lot of variables. We got to get these. It's got to mature more than a day or so here, but these got to be on exchanges. We got to get more of these big tokens distributed, and then we start really feeling out what's what. So I think once the Dog to the Moon gets distributed, I think once Prometheans decentralized gets distributed, that's where we start really learning and we can start making some actual smarter plays here. But the potential's all there, right? The potential's there. It really is. And a lot of these have that potential. And I'll keep saying, I know it's obvious. I know you guys know I've got a relation with the Kongs, but there's something special about this decentralized token. There really is. I mean, everybody on both sides now, actually on three sides in the Ronin ecosystem, in the Ethereum ecosystem, now the Bitcoin ecosystem, everybody's loving the Kongs right now. So a lot of supporters. It is a relatively small collection. 21,000. And again, this opens the door for the Kongs to build out on Bitcoin, and they are proven builders. They are. It's just a fact they are. So I love that they spinned up an account just for this, just for their Bitcoin ecosystem. So decentralized O2. I love that. I don't know what they're doing over here yet, but I love it. I see something very, very big here. I do. And especially, again, talking airdrops, I really think that Kongs are now in the conversation now for airdrops going to them too. Not just the big dogs, not just the big ordinal collections, not just runestones, but Prometheans will probably benefit from that too. I love how the Kongs folded them into their narrative, their lore, that the Prometheans is the top. Above Jenny Kongs, and I'm not talking value and importance necessarily, but the way the story flows is the Prometheans are where like the energy and the spirit of Kongs comes from. It's really cool. It's really cool what they're doing. Dude, Steven, aren't they great? Yeah, did you get some? I hope you did. After the snapshot, I would assume yes, Aiken. Yeah, you would sell after the snapshot, get your dog. I would assume that for sure, because really at that point, people are buying it for the next 2 runes that they're dropping. It's to be fair, it's a pretty kind of stock logo. It's so close. I love it. Ansem will be showing pops exactly. I think pops are going to be a top rune for sure. Dude, that's a perfect way to put it right now. It is slim pickings in general. And again, in this feeling out period, nobody knows. It's just, man, a lot of guessing out there. Oh, God, I love that, man. That's incredible. I made Kong's Ooh, and I made another Ooh Kong's, and I messed up the supply. So I did it all wrong. What a waste. But I love Kong's got dongs, man. That's incredible. Buxton, it was cool that we made friends with him by the end, too. I don't know if he was just in a funny place. I don't know if there were hurt feelings about, maybe some of the FUD going on with runestones. There's a little something there. But that guy was cool in the end. I mean, again, I hope he comes back. I hope he sticks around. Because we'll clown on you, but we're all friends. We'll make friends with anybody. It's the alpha, guys. It's about the safest call out there. Everything else is like, I hope maybe I could see potential. Satoshi Nakamoto seems very obvious. Yes, sir. I hope I do. I really do hope he's back, Buxton. I like the guy. Let's see what you said here. Okay, would you trade 1 Promethean for 1 Runestone if you had 2 Prometheans? To be honest, probably no. Probably no. And I am bullish on Prometheans. I just think the Kongs have a different upside. I think. And I'll say this, in the short term, I think in the short term, Kongs have a massive upside. I think there's some profits to be made soon on that after some announcements, after whatever they got coming. And then I think maybe that's time to get into the Dog to the Moon token, Rune. What are your guys' thoughts? Yeah, okay. I think English agrees here. Keep both. I'm with him. And I'm bullish on Runestone and Dog to the Moon, but I am giga bullish on the Cyberkongs. Really, really giga bullish on it. So yeah, let's look at market cap of Prometheans. Like this is to me a big deal. Okay, right now 0.077. Let me get out a Bitcoin price chart or calculator. All right. 0.077. I'm doing this off screen basically. So each Promethean's worth about it's $5,000 right now. So 5,000 times 21,000. Okay. So still, I mean, Kongs have been holding steady. Prometheans holding steady at about $105 million market cap. I think a $3 million market cap for the Kongs, especially if they get on an exchange, makes a ton of sense. So at that point, you're looking at a 0.2 floor for these, right around there. And they could announce that before even runes are distributed, right? In the snapshot taken. So they could announce it, and these Prometheans could run up to 0.2. And again, that's at 500 mil. I'm sorry, that's at 300 mil. These have a lot of room to fly, like a lot of room to fly. We start projecting 500 mil market cap, right? That's putting you at like 0.3 something. And some of these tokens are going to hit a bill. I don't know that that's Prometheans. I would lean towards I don't know. Probably leaning more towards probably not, but they got a chance just as much as anybody else does. So I'm sticking in a 3 to 500 mil market cap for Prometheans for the decentralized token. But just like Satoshi Nakamoto's just got such a cool name and it's got the provenance, so does the word decentralized. Like it's just to me that's a cool story. That's something the news can write about. You know, the earliest meme coins on Bitcoin named decentralized, named Satoshi Nakamoto. They'll run with those before they run with, eat my ass, or even the Elsa one. There's a reason they chose decentralized, and I like it. I didn't like it at first, by the way, but I really like it now. You have two stones. One, yeah, okay. I would say yes to that. Honestly, I really think the Kong's Prometheans has way more upside. I, I was gonna say short term, but I think it is maybe even more. Yeah, yeah. For yeah, no one's taking the Provenance play. Only serious name. Yeah, and that's coming, dude. Well, both are coming. I think the Provenance play combined with this serious name is a powerful combo. And again, we're seeing that play out in the Satoshi Nakamoto token. So, I mean, again, it's the proof is there. It's not even just like a little evidence. It's not like wishful thinking. The proof is there. Satoshi Nakamoto is doing very well right now because it's early and it's got a great name. Decentralized now checks both boxes, and arguably with a much stronger community behind it. I certainly hope so, and I do believe it too. I do. Prometheans to point two, I think, is high end target, and I think it's doable. I really do. There you go. Good call. Good call, man. Yep. They're so obvious English, right? They just make sense. I absolutely see mainstream news, CNN and MSNBC and all that. I see them running with those names and talking about those. I see Jim Cramer talking about those. He's not going to talk about eat my ass, whatever. He's going to talk about decentralized and Satoshi Nakamoto. He is. So yeah, I'm with English though. This is a buy to me, not financial advice, but yeah, to me that's a buy. And when decentralized hits, yes, that as well. Too late to buy gobs? No, they're very. Oh, okay, that's a good point. If they took a snapshot, maybe it is too late. That sucks. But yeah, if they snapshot, it doesn't mean they don't have more coming. But yeah, if MS Paint can run to 0.5, why not? Yes, sir. Well, okay, I'll tell you why not. And I'm with you. You're like MS Paint is in probably pups and quantum cats, right? The difference is when people can start quantifying like the value of something, like we're doing, we're figuring out market cap and supply and stuff like that. Okay, when you take some of the mystery away, when you take away some of that endless speculation and you have something very tangible to work with, that limits how high you can go. So for Kongs to get to 0.5, that's closer to $1 billion market cap, which isn't unreasonable. Like that's not out of the question. And let me see if I'm mathing right. Okay, 0.07. I'm gonna round that up to 0.08, but so that's about a 6 to 6.5x to get to 0.5. Well, you know what? That is, I mean, hang on. Am I crazy here? 5, 6. No, I'm sorry. That's about a 6 to 7x. So that puts their market cap at somewhere around 600, 700, 750 mil market cap. That is doable. So do they reach 0.5 before decentralized is out and the Promethean is worth that? Or is it, once Rune is distributed? What I really hope, though, and I'm going to chat with Henry about it, they're very good. They're very smart. They're thoughtful. I want to make sure they're thinking about just leaving it open that more comes with Prometheans. It's not just decentralized. It's that more to come. What we don't, even if they don't know what that is, and even if they word it that way, like, yeah, you get your decentralized token, but that doesn't mean that's it. We now have an asset we can build around. I think that's actually what's happening over there with Prometheans. So I don't want to say it's like one and done as far as you get your Rune and Prometheans is over. I think it's got a future. I think it's got some legs. Yeah, right. Oh, man. Yeah. Yep, that's it. Yeah, it's like I remember when I went on Unisat or Luminex, and it was right there, boom, in front of my face. I'm like, do I mint it? Do I not? You know, let me poke around it. And I'm like, no, of course you mint it. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna have a ton of selling pressure here on Runestones. And just again, I'll be honest, like I'll tell you guys my moves. I am considering selling 2 Runestones today. I am. Maybe 3 and riding out 1. Definitely considering it. And not to put in anything else, actually, just to hold some Bitcoin. What would that do? That would get me about 0.2 Bitcoin. I could see rolling that into 1 more Promethean and then holding, but yeah, I'm not sure. I would love to work into another Quantum Cat for sure. And I would wait for a pullback. If they get to 0.3, I would pull the trigger if I've got Bitcoin, but split your 2 Prometheans for the airdrop. Yeah. No need for that. Although, I think we keep learning now that there is a benefit to splitting for future airdrops, right? Like, even with a Prometheans drop, if you qualified for an airdrop in Quantum Cats, also in Node Monkeys, and let's say you had five ordinals that all qualified for that drop. If they were in the same wallet, you got 1 drop. That was my understanding. So we just keep seeing over and over and over again, it makes sense to split your assets out as widely as you can. So there's your alpha. Yeah, it's like get them out before the snapshot, which comes today. I just I'll save the 1 for some exposure. I think that probably makes some sense. But yeah, big believer in Prometheans. Really, really, really. Let's see if Henry wants to stop by. He might be around. Okay, give me a sec. Just chatting with Henry. Okay, he might join us here in a few. And we'll make it quick. We're not going to go much longer here. Anyway. Oh, wow. It's been almost 2 hours, dude. Time flies. I have such a blast with you guys. Did you really? Marty, did you really, you maniac? On ordinals are not dead. That's a ticker, huh? No thoughts. I couldn't tell you any thoughts on it. Let's check, though. I'm assuming that's a ticker. I like it. Yeah, pretty cool. 61. Wow, okay, good holders. Let me check OKX. I have no idea the price and market cap and all that, but I like it. Ooh, okay. I like it. Do we know the team behind it? Do we know that stuff? Yeah, you know, okay, I'll say this about Leonidas. I think he's learning very quickly how to be an influencer and what works. And I think he's getting pretty decent at it. So I wouldn't be shocked, Steven, like you said, to see a really, really strong announcement. That announcement, I believe, is going to be OKX. Like, very quickly coming with an OKX announcement. That'd be great. So, yeah, I see that. That would be awesome. No 20-hour stream today, believe it or not. Although, again, right now, feeling like I'm going to pop back on in a bit and do some more. And maybe a little more focused on just degenning, like diving in and maybe buying some stuff and selling. In fact, when I sell runestones, if I sell runestones, maybe I'll turn it on and we'll do some of that live and maybe do a little shopping too. Actually, makes me want to look at some other ordinal prices, like how are scents doing, how are floriforms doing. I have not really looked at any non-rune collections other than, quantum cats, like the big three, puppets, node monkeys. I'll tell you what, depending on what I sell, I am not opposed to getting into a node monkey. I could sell the runestones and a few Prometheans and get one of those. And then I think those are 2 to 3 Bitcoin floors at some point, like peak mania, peak part of the market. I believe that. Honey Badger's ripping, man. 0.023. Beautiful. That's awesome, man. Jeez. I love, guys, Honey Badgers is always what I recommend to people for getting in. Oh, get it. Justin, is that something? Is there a Remilio type thing out here on Bitcoin? I appreciate that. If that's about me, thank you. If not, thank you anyways. Dumping Arsic. Interesting. I do believe in Satoshi, but still, if you didn't catch the front, I do think R6, I think the Rune coin's going to be the top. I do. I think that's going to be the big one. Yeah, love the Honey Badgers, dude. Like, they're great. Yes. Maybe not Left Behind, but I think I like the Frogs, by the way. I like their team. Gotten to work with them a bit, but I kind of think they're toast. They didn't have anything. They don't have a narrative other than being early. Early, original, and that's cool. Think of all the Ethereum collections that were early, that didn't really build anything early, and where they're at now, and it does not work. It does not work. Even, there's something like Crypto Dick Butts. Those kind of work, but they're different. They're not like that crazy. They're not that crazy wild thing. Frogs are not that. Like puppets are more like Crypto Dick Butts. Frogs are like, think of some projects from 21, 22 that were out there. They were solid. They were fine. They were great for a period, but they kind of faded away. I would say Quirkies, but Poppies turned that right around. But, there's those other like kind of mid-tier collectibles, even early again. How about Threelanders? Something like that. Just something that was early. They had a following. They had a community. But in the long run, what does it matter if you're not building? That's one of those cases of being early is not enough. Yeah, so I do think Frogs have life in them still. Peak Mania, they'll be back to, I could picture 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, maybe 0.5. But I think for the most part, they have been left behind unless they do something else. Bitmaps also on the way down. I gotta say, I still don't quite understand bitmaps. If they're not pure art, I know this, but okay, tell me if I'm right or wrong about this. Are bitmaps similar to like loot over on Ethereum? Like, ideally, the structure of it is a plot of land in a Bitcoin metaverse, if somebody were to implement something like that. Am I way off there on bitmaps? It is a metaverse, yeah, okay. Now, does your bitmap, like the layout, like the structure, is that how like your plot looks? Like, do you have buildings that like match like the structure of the block? I wish I knew more about Wizards of Ord. I actually minted, and I flipped that. Yeah, okay. So if it's just a dedicated, if it is already in like an existing metaverse, or there's plans to build a metaverse around it, and that is your land, I don't think it works. I will say a metaverse on Bitcoin is more appealing than, a metaverse on Polygon or Ethereum. Like, there's something interesting about that. So there's something to it, but overall, yeah, I don't think that works. And I think the metaverses will be dominated by the big brands. Yeah, okay. Bearish. Guys, bullish, bearish on bitmaps. Drop it in the chat. I'm giving it a bearish. Ooh, I need little like logos or bulls, bears to drop on screen, but bearish on bitmaps. Interesting. Okay. It's cool. I like the meta. I like the fun of it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's something people value. People don't value the cool shit like the building. They don't. They value pump my bags right now. Man, I really like the OKX marketplace. Like, to see the market cap and the pricing and stuff. I love it. All right, Henry's on a call. It depends how much longer we go. He'll be able to jump on, but we might be done before that. Bullish, but later on when metaverse hypes come back. Yeah. I mean, if, not even if, it's going to come back, but Bitmap Emporium, not familiar. Bullish on bitmaps. Interesting. Okay. Wow, interesting takes, guys. Well, so now with bitmaps down, maybe it's the time to get in and start exploring. Mike, they've gone up short term, like very recently here. Yeah. I mean, hell, with Animoca now in the Bitcoin ecosystem. I can't remember the name of the game, but there is a game that they're backing, and so yeah, that's it'll cycle back. I do, guys. I feel a shift towards NFTs on Base and on ETH, and I don't feel it on Solana at all. But I do feel a shift back to PFPs and stuff is not far off. Ooh, that's cool. What's the significance of that 191 bitmap? Okay. I got you, Steven. Okay. A lot of incentive to get those bitmaps pumping again. Interesting. Wow. Really cool. Okay, Udi, what you saying here? I do think the Runes launch was somewhat overhyped, said it multiple times. It was anticipated. Yeah. But make no mistake, the future is bright. Orange tsunami is coming. Agreed. And I do believe, I drink the Udi Kool-Aid. I think Quantum Cats are going to be a big part of the future of Runes and maybe BRC20s, but I do think Quantum Cats play a significant role in what's coming. Stack Cats. 0.5 is expensive, but... Oh, I see. Number 19. Okay, you were very early. That's super cool. Hey, good morning, man. Always great seeing you, man. Yeah, Orty was free. Dude, I really had fun in the very early BRC20 days, like, OXBT, which, by the way, BitGod is out of OXBT. I didn't understand what was going on there, but that was the gist I got. I like BitGod a lot, by the way. Still good too, but Satoshi Nakamoto. I love that token. If that's where we're going with this, I love it. I'm very, 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 very bullish on that. In like actively considering buying more. I have a small bag, tiny, 700 of these. I minted 500. I bought 200 on secondary. I'm really bullish on these guys. Yeah, I'm tempted to buy 100 or 200 more, and then I'm kind of tapped out. But I want. What is our? Oh, geez, what's the? Well, hang on. We looked at this before. I was curious. The market cap again for them. 139 mil. I mean, yeah, I think you got an easy 2x in these. Right? Like I think RSIC has not seen a pump yet. Like it's not seen its main pump yet. I think RSIC to a half bill soon, like real soon, makes a lot of sense. When that happens, the rest of these follow. So I see Satoshi Nakamoto 2xing, maybe 3xing. It's a lot of life to all this stuff. Very, very exciting. Ah, you're into that stuff too, Steven. Good stuff. I don't touch any of it yet. I should. Oh, dude, interesting. Dude, I wanted the shoes. I did not know they were live when they went live. I would have bought a pair. I love the Trump shoes. I don't know about the Bibles. It depends how many you put out, right? That guy's a maniac, man. What's up, Mike? Yeah. You know what? I'm just hungry, dude. Like I like doing it. I've never done before last summer. I've never done YouTube content before. Just not a thing I ever thought of, but I love it, dude. So it just feels like what I need to be doing. Yeah, okay. Cryptomon, hell yes. I'll tell you this, it is mine too. Out of everything else here, it's definitely Prometheans, it's definitely decentralized. Just vibes, just feelings. I don't even know the plans. I have no insights into it that others don't have, but I'm good at feeling out the space. Just kind of feeling what way the wind is going, and they have a strong wind at their back. Strong. So yeah, giga bullish on that. Dude, appreciate it, really. Thank you, sir. Again, thank you. It does mean a lot. It's fun. I just want to tighten it up, get it looking better. Go find some... Yeah, I want to go chase down sponsors and shit. I think that'd be a blast. I would love to build a thing like the Nifty guys got. I think that'd be fun. And with a crew like Henry and Joe, it gives us a little fun. It gives us a little edge. We got some. I'll just say that. We got some. Anyway, I think that pretty much will do it for this morning, I'll say at least. I did want to show, though, Nate Alex and the FUD he was getting from these assholes. Probably hard to see, so I'll zoom in here. But Nate Alex, I think we all know and love from ETH. And this is those Bitcoin maxis just dunking on the guy. Yeah. Yeah, these guys are not kind. They do not like ordinals. They do not like BRC20s or runes. They hate it, man. They want us all out. So these guys celebrating him getting wrecked by, $5,000, which I think Nate's got plenty to spare, but these are the guys we're fighting. I will say, oh, okay, they remind me of the gamer community, who when we talk about NFTs, games being the way that we onboard people, and that eventually it'll click for them. These guys are the same as far as the passion and the anger and the heat. They don't like it. They don't get it. And I'll say it's more about that. It's not just that they don't like it. It's that they don't understand it. They're very, very stuck in this old way. And I think the only thing you have to do is win them over. As in, I don't think you're making more Bitcoin maxis. I think that community's going down. I think they're slowly coming to terms with it and then understanding it. That's what I think. So I think their numbers keep decreasing. I mean, they're fighting a thing that you just can't stop too, which was the whole part. That was the beauty of Bitcoin. And you see the very people who understood what made Bitcoin so important and so awesome. You see them turning into, the very thing they were fighting against. Yeah, what? Yeah, I don't, yeah. There'll be a number. So we used to talk a lot about, will the first 10,000 inscriptions matter? The first, on the ordinal side. I don't think it's mattered that much. The first 100 definitely mattered. First thousands where you start getting a little it matters, but it starts mattering a little less. And then you get to 10,000, and I think the floor on the first 10,000 is something like 0.07 Bitcoin, which is not nothing. But it's closer to nothing than it is something, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't think just being a sub 10K ordinal or inscription mattered a ton for value. I don't think being a rune under 5,000 will matter too much. I do think those top 10 have a little something to them. Beanie Club, bro. Let's do a quick beanie update. What's our friend talking about? God, I love him. Talking a lot about Thog here. What in the world? Beanie really thinks Bored Apes are going to 2 ETH or 1 ETH. I don't know that he's wrong. All right, so our beanie update. Let's translate this, but that's cool. He's so deep in the kind of Chinese trading community, which is cool. I wish we were tapped in there, guys, man. They move markets. Dude, Dubious, they're weird, dude. They are... That is a bunch of... This sounds so shitty, but uneducated folks as far as they are not understanding something that is so simple that benefits them so much. Like, those guys more than anybody get the mechanics, the ecosystems of games, and that should make this stuff automatic. They should totally get digital ownership. I etched a few runes. I didn't etch that one, the God of Bitcoin. That's not mine. I love that. But yeah, that's not mine. I did Magic Eden runes. I did Non-Fungible Idiots. And I did Cyberkong's Ooh. God of Runes God of Bitcoin is incredible. Dude, they're so fucking weird. Yeah, it must have just been on the screen. Yep. Yeah, I wish, dude, I love that name. That would have been cool. Too much dog. Yeah, I'm more curious about the PFP, like acting as a multiplier on maybe Nut Market or somewhere. Like, interesting to see what he does with that ecosystem. Did Henry regret CK didn't make Rune 1? No. No. It was chance. And I think that number 2 is so special, too. Like, man. Because, I mean, think about it. Even number 1 isn't number 1. You know, it's like Casey's is, even though it's number 0. So I think the difference there, if you couldn't get the very first, I think having, you know, top 3 is pretty special. And yeah, he's not bummed at all. I think he's like, those guys are geeking out that they got that. They're techie. Those guys are so techie and they're so degen-y. Like, they're one of us. And so they were a part of Bitcoin history, and they're just so happy to be included in it, play a part in it. So yeah, Maxis they are very weird. Yeah. Quantum Cat's first Pudgy. That is interesting. Quantum Cat's got more upside, much more. Quantum Cats, I still think 2 to 3 Bitcoin floor. That puts them around. I think they're gonna be worth $250,000. You know, and again, that changes with the time of the market, the price of Bitcoin. But I think Quantum Cats are gonna have I mean, realistically, I think a 3 to 5 Bitcoin floor in peak euphoria, like at that time. I see it. I really do. I believe in it. So I'm not even close to considering selling mine. Just wouldn't. Yep. Dude, I'm with you. I'm a gamer. I used to be hardcore, just gamer all the time. But no, those people do not get it. And yeah, definitely cool. I love Pudgies, but yeah. Yeah, yep, that's it. Yeah, they'll cycle back. They'll be great. But again, I think we started finding the ceiling. This is the problem, or it's not the problem. It's just the scenario we're in now. On ETH, we found the ceiling, at least from the first run, but we found how high things can go, and then we got a bear market to see how much of that you lose. And it's like all of it. You lose so much. What we haven't had on Bitcoin yet is a full cycle to see how high they go, and then a bear to test and see how low they go. But it was interesting in the bear market on ETH, the projects that held their value, actually it was Pudgies to a degree, but it was Milady, right? Like, and CryptoPunks, the ones that promised nothing, they were just the JPEG, the collectible, are the ones that held their price in the bear and in most cases actually went up. Punks didn't go up, but I think Milady did. Pudgies actually did towards the end too, but that was when they had their Walmart news. So yeah, ETH is in a tricky spot right now. You've got the ecosystem where we've learned the top versus the Bitcoin ecosystem where we've not found the top yet. And, things will cycle back to ETH, but not before Bitcoin goes parabolic. There's my guy. Henry, you want to come up and say what's up? Yeah, interesting. Tell you what, Bogdan, you can hit me up with questions if you want to DM. Like, they're a little complicated, but we know a lot. I don't even mind doing a quick Quantum Cat review here too. But like, we know them well, and English here works on the team, so we know them very, very well. I can give you a quick TLDR on them, like everything. But yeah, a lot of holders here. All right, we're gonna get Henry for a few minutes here. Like always, dudes, appreciate you coming out. Like almost 500 people tuning in. Pretty excellent. Trying to get the proper, like, appropriate background for Henry. All right, let's do this. I love this. I love this so freaking much. I love decentralized. He told me I would. He's like, I didn't like it at first. He's like, he's like, let it sit for a day or two. Like, let me know what you think. And I love it. Yeah, okay, let's do a TLDR on Quantum Cats. I like it. Okay, uno momento, fellas. All right, Henry. GM,
yo,
sir,
yo,
good
yo.
morning. What's up?
GMs, sir. How
How
are
you
you?
doing? You get some rest finally?
Dude, I finally slept last night. Yeah,
Bet it was
like
amazing.
it was yeah, it felt good, not gonna lie. Yeah, it was really nice. Got like I think I was in bed by like, I don't know, 9:30 or 10. Woke up a few times in the night, but yeah, it was great. Back to the grind this morning, but
I bet.
happy to see you. How was the stream yesterday? Like you went for fucking ages.
Yeah, 12 hours, man. It was good. It was fun. It was active. I mean, man, we had like 1,400 people tune in. It was cool.
You're
It was great getting
savage.
Stevie in here and Jared and just DP stopped by. Just GIF and Q stopped by. It was cool. We had a full house. English was up for a while. It was cool. Had a good time. I'll definitely do it again. That's for sure. Um, Choina,
Congrats, man.
thank you, sir. But yeah, I like Choina's part here. The ticker decentralized. I mean, I was telling these guys how it completely won me over. I love the name. It'll stand the test of time. It's just man, it sums up everything that's going on, and it having that provenance of being early, the number two. It's special.
Yeah. No, yeah, yeah, I like it. We were literally just on a call, like, just finished up a call, just talking through everything. And it's just so funny. Like when you look back at like all the details that you obsess over that you are just worried, like you're thinking of every single thing that you could get FUD for. And so like it's just funny. Like I can't wait to look back at this 6 months from now or a year from now and be like, remember when we thought like this, and we thought this was going to be a big deal if we did this thing. And so yeah, it's still crazy, but I love the ticker. I love the reception. I love that there's way more excited people than there are people fudding it. I love that there's people. I've said this before. Like I love that there's people on Ronin who, for the first time, are getting something, because like a lot of people on Ronin missed the play to earn meta. Like they came in, they might have been a scholar, maybe they had scholarships, but they weren't really grinding hard. And I just love that like there's so many people that for the first time might have got like a nice airdrop. And that isn't just for the Ronin people, that's really for anyone that was like, man, I missed this, and this. And like I got an airdrop, and that airdrop is meaningful because I either love the art or because it changed my life in some way, because I needed X, Y, or Z in real life, and this helped me get it. So
Yep.
yeah,
Got
been
people
fun.
exposure to the Bitcoin ecosystem too.
Hell
I
yeah.
know people bought Genkais just for a shot at the raffle, which is so cool. So just all around, it
Yeah.
was so well executed, man. Like really, really incredible. The call, was it like wrap up kind of call, or is this next steps? Because I know you guys are just always talking and building, and it's always what's next. I know that, but
No, it's anything but wrap up. It's because like we talked yesterday. Like I feel like we executed with precision, and we have to keep doing that. So we obviously, what are people waiting for? They want to know the tokenomics. They want to know, when is it coming? All of those things. So like we want to be methodical about how we how we do these next steps, because like you just don't fucking know whether anyone gives a shit about what you did. And now we see like people give a shit about what we did, so we
Mhm.
just want to make sure like we don't fumble like the opportunity that the community has to continue to kind of keep moving forward. So
Yep.
yeah, and anything but wrap it up, man. It's now it's almost like the pressure's on even more.
The assets out there now. It's time to deliver and keep building. So Prometheans. So this was really interesting. We were talking earlier about what's the play. Is it playing more runes, or is it getting into assets that get you more rune drops? And we're mentioning quantum cats and rune stones, things that people keep doing airdrops or whitelists for. Prometheans are not done after the decentralized drop, right? Like, is this now like this is our asset in the Bitcoin ecosystem? There's more to do, whatever it is, even if there's not something specific in mind. But now we have our Bitcoin asset. Do you think other collections, new projects, new runes are going to drop to Promethean holders like they've been doing for rune stones? Do you see that kind of playing out?
I think we've already seen people, whether it's in the Discord, people reaching out that want to be able to do that. Will those be like meaningful drops to them? Like nobody knows, but I think yeah, I think I think it's something that people will look at as an opportunity to vampire off of, I don't mean that in a negative way, but like to be able to airdrop to a collection and get some visibility. To be totally honest with you, we're so busy on our end that it's like anybody reaching out, we're not like, we're not engaging in like meaningful conversations with them, because right now that isn't the focus, because they can do whatever they want to do without any input from us, right? Like if you want to airdrop something to Prometheans, airdrop something to Prometheans. Like
Nice.
that's completely up to you. What are we going to tell you? No, you do it anyway. So like, yeah, who knows what can come from that? It's nice to kind of have a top collection right now where people are considering doing that. There's definitely talk about that. I say behind the scenes, there's people that have reached out to ask about that, but what is the play? When I say I have no idea, like I don't even want to like get into that pool of speculating, because fuck if I know, man. Like, I think we want Prometheans and what we're doing on Bitcoin to be like standalone, not complicate the ecosystem, but like, dude, I think like what can the future hold? Who knows? And I think like I'm not saying that in a speculative way. This is like me and you talking.
Right.
No idea. Because everything changes so quick in this space, anything can happen. But like, I think you ideally want to be able to like leverage like the attention that you get to the best of your ability without being a complete whore. So like, it's tough because you don't want to fumble it, but you've got eyes on you, and there's a million things you could do to start getting into all of the kind of garbage stuff that people do to artificially inflate prices. And I think we don't do any of that stuff.
Right.
So it's just like, how do we use this opportunity in a Kongish way? And I think that.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I think that's a lot of like the thoughtful conversation going on behind the scenes. We got invited out to Hong Kong to be able to talk at an ordinal event out there. We got a lot of like big people reaching out to us. Like but I guess the cool thing, man, is like, I think anything we do will always just be Kongish. Like that's who the fuck we are. Yeah. You get on a call with the core team and you're just like, man, this is what we're about, and we're always going to err on the side of being Kongish.
Yeah.
And so I think that in itself makes it a little bit easier.
So fair to say that like there's still like a focus not just on the runes, but on Prometheans in general, somehow, some way. Like it is in your mind that you have something to work with now in that ecosystem.
Like forever, right? Like that
Forever.
that thing is there forever. I think Mio was saying earlier that somebody bought a low Promethean ID for like 0.2 Bitcoin earlier.
Wow.
And so like that's probably a collector that maybe wants to match their Genesis Kong ID.
I saw Inverted did that actually even too.
He got 888 from Mio, I think. Yep. Yeah. I think we're not going to overcomplicate anything. One of the literally a conversation we had today would have literally been some super complicated shit. And we're all like, why are we like, we said we're not going to do something super complicated. Why are we talking about some super complicated shit? And so like, I think we want it to be standalone. It will exist there forever. So the opportunity is always there. But I think the idea of building out, like when I say an ecosystem around Prometheans, I think the idea of turning it into like Kong's Part 2, but on Bitcoin is like, I think it doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, does that mean Prometheans have nothing after a rune? It doesn't mean any of that. It just means like, we've got a complex ecosystem. We don't need to create another family that we now have to completely babysit for something else. Like This can be its own thing without being super complicated.
It can be a thing that is an access thing for other communities. You know what I mean? It's a partnership thing, within the Bitcoin ecosystem. Hell, people who are building games and their own products, this gives Kongs an entry into those too. So
yes.
So
yeah,
a lot
exactly.
we could do with that. That's interesting. Some questions people have for you.
Okay, I'm on mobile, so go for it.
Yeah, cool, perfect. Okay. So Art here is curious. He had a baby. He has a VXs, a few of those, and a baby Kong. And he's saying he got credit for the baby Kong. He thought he was also supposed to get a Promethean for his VX. Was it kind of a one or the other? And the way I recall it is you had to enter, like none of it was automatic, right? Did you have to enter a raffle?
Yep. So you had to enter the correct raffle, let's say. So if you had I thought I might be confusing this with something else. If you had a baby, there was a raffle for babies and gens for two Prometheans, and if you had a VX or Genkai, there was a raffle for them for one. So you do not get one or the other. You didn't get both. If
Gotcha.
That answers that question.
Even if they were split in different wallets, I guess at that point you need a different Discord ID too, right?
Yeah, so this was the whole thing that we said about like how we distributed and why we kept the window short, even though like people, some people flooded it, was there were people that as soon as we made the announcement, they were moving assets to different wallets, creating new Discord IDs to re-verify and enter the raffle. And literally we spent the entire weekend chasing that shit to eliminate those. Now we did have we had people that are obviously gaming the system, and we had to make a decision like, okay, if they did that, were we completely eliminate them, or were we just going to give them the allocation that they would have been entitled to, and erred on the side of, okay, they gamed it, well played, but let's not completely eliminate them. Let's just eliminate the extra ones that they tried to get. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
Instead of like, fuck you, you're totally out. It's like, nah, fuck you for making us do a whole lot of work on the weekend to chase your shit down. While we can't spend time with our families, you're here trying to game us, but we know it's part of the game, so we'll still give you what you would have had. We just canceled the rest of your shit.
Man, the work that goes into this stuff, I just think people don't fully know.
No,
but how would they?
Dude.
I mean, to be fair, but it's
literally the entire weekend. Adzi, who is like Adzi, we nickname him Alfred because he's like Alfred to Batman. He's
dude,
just
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's his name. I'm like, it's Alfred. Like, when we were in Tokyo and I needed business cards in like 6 hours or 12 hours, and I'm like, where are we gonna go in Tokyo? I'm like, there's only one person who can maybe make this happen, and it was Adzi. And I called him, and we had like business cards delivered to our hotel within like 4 hours. And after that, I'm like, this guy's fucking Alfred. So like that dude literally spent the weekend, and every single one of those people, he contacted me, we went over it. And like, if it was legitimate that we could like 99.9% show that like, no, this dude gamed it, took him out.
Yep. Yeah. Don't worry, Art. He wasn't mentioning you. So you would have just had to enter the raffle.
Oh, yeah. By the way, that was not for people who entered both raffles. I don't mean that, because people accidentally entered both raffles. And if they did, then I am almost positive we eliminated the lower quantity. Like if you're a baby and you entered VX, we eliminated your VX and should have given baby. If you're a baby and you entered VX and didn't enter baby, then I think you got the VX allocation. Okay. I think. It was for the people who split wallets up and created new Discord IDs. I think what they didn't realize is all we have to do is go into the channel and see who are the new Kongs joining and verifying. And then our Kong bot allows us to reverse look up their wallet really easily. And then we can just trace everything and say, we know who this is. Yep. We know who you are.
That's cool. Well, that makes sense. And then Arda, I think I can answer this for you, but as far as the decentralized airdrop, if you have two Prometheans in one wallet, you get the allocation for both Prometheans. It's not like one allocation per wallet. Doesn't matter how many Prometheans. You get an allocation per number of Prometheans. So, is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, very
correct.
Good. Very, very
yep,
cool.
Correct. And also, like, no snapshot has been taken yet. So, that gets asked about every maybe 13 minutes in monkey business, but yeah, no snapshot yet.
Love it. I love Dancing Eddie here saying, how is anyone actually trading Solana meme coins right now when you have Bitcoin meme coins birthed 24 hours ago? He's so right. It's so new. We've been looking over the markets. OKX actually lists them, market cap, prices, all that stuff. It looks very young. And it looks very, very enticing. So, man, really exciting stuff. I can't wait till some of these, like a couple of them, it'll take one to pop off, and then the rest follow. I'm very, very bullish on that Satoshi Nakamoto token. Very bullish.
Yeah, it's doing well. What, 200 mil market cap, give or take?
Yeah, 234. Oh, excuse me. No, 130, which is actually awesome because RSIC is at 234. I believe that one's going to fly here soon, and the rest fly with it. So, see a lot of opportunity in that. What is also interesting, man, is the person who etched two other tokens, etched two other runes. number 11, and I want to say number 9 or so. He's got 3 in the top 11. The other 2 are fully mined. I'm kind of wondering if that will be an airdrop to people who hold the Satoshi Nakamoto token. How cool would that be to get 3 runes that are in the top 11? So, a lot of unknowns out there. It is pure speculation, but man, it is exciting. Yeah, you got the rune with hammer, so created by the same person who made this Satoshi Nakamoto, and then the other was, I think, Cat on Skateboard. So, again, very, very interesting. Yeah, I'm tempted to grab a little more of the Satoshi Nakamoto. Really am. Man, exciting shit.
I need to degen a little bit, carve out like an hour, and try to play a little bit.
Yeah. Gate.io has started listing some of these some tokens. So Satoshi Nakamoto is launching on Gate.io. I'm not sure if it's there yet. I'm actually on the site, and I can't find. Let me pull it up. I can't find where they're listing runes here. But I never use the site. I don't know exactly where I should look. But I don't know. Anyway, point there is these are starting to make it out there. They're starting to get on exchanges. I'm positive. Like, I'm so damn sure that Dog to the Moon or whatever it's called, the Runestone one, is going to make it on the exchange on OKX at least. Now, snapshot for that is tonight. Snapshot for Runestone is tonight. So a lot of I got some thinking to do there myself, honestly, considering getting rid of maybe half of them. I don't know. Maybe rolling into a Promethean though. I see a lot more upside there. Yeah, Steven, it's a really good point. I mean, that's where people are comfortable, and it is easier to trade, so makes sense. People are over there, but we're very early on Bitcoin, and this is where the opportunities. This is where those big wins are made. You get them when people aren't paying attention, and for the most part, they're not.
It reminds me of like before meme coins took off on Solana, and people were talking about like, people were shitting on Solana, like Solana sucks. And to be honest with you, I kind of feel a lot of times Solana does suck. But like, I remember guys like Draco talking like, nah, DeFi's coming, man. Like it's starting to ramp up. And this is exactly where that was, right? And then what happened, next was it blew up. Solana meme coins were like all the meta.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people think, and still we haven't reached peak of that, not even close. Like, man, we've got potentially a meme coin super cycle coming. I could see it. I could see it now with these meme coin ecosystems on base Solana and now Bitcoin. Very possible we see something we've never seen before, never. And yeah, I'm leaning more towards that. I think that's what's in store, man. I'm freaking hyped. Now the Magic Eden marketplace, I thought was on the 25th. Somebody mentioned earlier it's the 23rd, which is awesome. It means we're just 2 days away. So that should get us. I think that's one of those things that's going to get things to heat up a little quicker. Actually, hang on. Runes are live in the Magic Eden wallet. Okay. Mint view and track your runes. Okay, so it's a new feature they enabled just 14 hours ago. Okay, that's great. Yeah, a lot to look forward to here, man. It's going to be a pretty exciting week. Don't know what's going to go, and I don't know what's going where and which ones are going, but man, it's just so early. Some of these are going to just know without a doubt some people are going to make some generational wealth here. For sure. It's just this is how this stuff works. We saw it with Whiff many times over. We saw it with Bohm. We saw it with Pepe last year. It's how this works. So I'm hoping you, me, the people watching here, I hope it's us. I hope it's some of us that make those kind of wins, and I think there's a great chance for it.
Hell yeah, yeah.
Trying to think if there's anything else. We covered quite a bit already. Quantum Cat's looking great still, of course.
What are they at, by the way?
They were at 0.51 early when we started. They're about 0.49 right now. But nice. Udi's great at getting attention, so he's bringing a lot of attention to him. So Quantum Cat's looking
Quantum
good.
Cats, man, love them. Wish I had more, but yeah, what a awesome ordinal to just have in your wallet. Like, I realize it's out of a lot of people's reach, but I don't know. There's something that feels really special about Quantum Cats.
It feels like something with actual substance behind it. Whereas I don't think a lot of these ordinals, I love them as collectibles, but I think very few are of substance. Like a team that's building. And I think there's a parallel with Quantum Cats, with that team at least, and the Kongs building tech. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not just the collectible. That's the fun part of it, maybe, but there's a whole lot of product coming with it. So some similarities there. Yeah, guys, I think we'll say goodbye for now. Although I am gonna dive into runes today. I mean, I got some more exploring and learning and shopping to do probably. And again, we've got that decision with runestones coming up in about 9 hours, 10 hours. That's when snapshot's coming. So a lot to consider. I may be parting with a couple. We'll see. But I think when that happens, we'll do some of that live. So be on the lookout for that. Anyway,
Cool, man. Cool.
Hope you have a great day, Henry.
Yeah, you too, man. You too. Love you, dude. And I'll chat with you here soon. Thanks for letting me come up and talk.
Yeah. Likewise. Love you. Hope your day's fantastic. Everyone watching, yet again, of course, always, I will say it over and over and over, but thank you so much for tuning in. I love hanging with you. And I learned so much from you guys, so appreciate it. We'll see you later on.
Non-fungible idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our every